We got Buffett on one side, we got Perkins on the other. They're both kind of good at something, but they're both kind of crazy at other things.
Yeah, okay.
Over the course of their investment careers, the best investors have a long track record of earning market-crushing returns. Their success in turn benefits the investors who put their trust in them. And Buffett might be the most famous investor of all. Could Chamath Palihapitiya actually become the next Warren Buffett? Hey folks, welcome back to Chamath Palihapitiya Zone. Before we move on to the video, don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure that the post notifications are turned on so that you never miss a video from us. Without further ado, let's dive in. Chamath has become the undisputed king of special purpose acquisition business, the hottest thing on Wall Street. Using Twitter as his bullhorn, he has sponsored 6 SPACs, raised a total of $4.34 billion, and acquired enterprises in space travel, health insurance, finance services, and real estate. With Ian Osborne, a public relations soothsayer turned financier, Palihapitiya has made a fortune for himself and his investors along the way, and has sparked a frenzy in which everyone from Colin Kaepernick to former House Speaker Paul Ryan is rushing to launch their own SPACs. He's also a target for doubters who dismiss his success as the result of tireless self-promotion and point to blank check businesses as evidence of a bubble fueled by enormous government money printing. Palihapitiya is the face of speculative mania, if SPACs are the face of speculative mania. Chamath Palihapitiya was born in Sri Lanka on September 3, 1976. Chamath had immigrated to Canada with his family when he was 6 years old. Later, he earned an electrical engineering degree from the University of Waterloo. He's always been fascinated by wealth and aspired to be a member of the Forbes yearly list of the world's wealthiest individuals, which he had admired since he was a child. He wants to utilize his riches as a bridge to a more important, long-term, largely impossible objective that can keep you focused, grounded, and helpful to others. Now that he's wealthy, do you remember when AOL Instant Messenger was still popular? In 2004, Palihapitiya was in charge of the division. He was only 27 years old at the time. Palihapitiya was the most tenured original senior management team member of Facebook, having left AOL in 2005 to join Facebook in 2007. Palihapitiya had positions at Facebook that included assisting with mobile and international growth, as well as being vice president of user growth before leaving. Palihapitiya grew Facebook's user base from 50 million to 700 million during his time there. Palihapitiya has been a vocal opponent of Facebook in recent years, selling all of his shares in the company in 2014. Palihapitiya has long attacked the traditional venture model and praised Buffett, who has spent more than 50 years transforming Berkshire Hathaway into a massive publicly traded holding firm with a diverse portfolio of food companies, insurers, and industrial brands. Palihapitiya predicted the social capital would be more like a bastard stepchild of Berkshire Hathaway, Blackstone, and BlackRock than a standard venture firm during a strictly VC event in 2015. Buffett, on the other hand, has mostly shunned technology businesses because he can't figure out how to value them. Palihapitiya's goal, according to the petition, is to bring together technologists, entrepreneurs, and technology-oriented investors. Chamath Palihapitiya has focused his investments on technology startups. He invested in firms like Bumtop, Playdom, Palantir, and Pure Storage before founding Social Capital, Slack, SurveyMonkey, and Hustle. And these are among the 74 startups in Social Capital's current portfolio. Palihapitiya has approved the top-performing assets over the last 5 years, and he believes that they have much more room to expand. Palihapitiya made a Tesla Inc. investment in 2016. Palihapitiya has stated in the past that autos represent just the first wave of expansion for the corporation. Tesla, he believes, has the potential to become the world's largest corporation. Palihapitiya predicted in 2016 that Amazon Inc. might be valued at $3 trillion by 2025. Palihapitiya became a minority stakeholder in the Golden State Warriors of the NBA in 2011. He is presently a member of the board of directors for the NBA champions of 2015, 2017, and 2018. He went public with MP Materials in November 2020 after a reverse merger with Pipe. MP Materials is a rare earth material supplier for defense, electric vehicles, and wind turbines. Rare earth materials, he believes, will be in high demand during the next decade as the world economy shifts to renewable energy. Palihapitiya advocated the merits of Bitcoin with refreshing clarity in an interview with CNBC's Squawk Box. Warren Buffett's circle of expertise, he added, didn't necessarily include knowledge of cutting-edge technology like cryptocurrency.
So how does owning Bitcoin affect change?
I think it's progressing a set of financial changes that fundamentally empower a distributed class.
Palihapitiya was referring to Buffett and Munger's appearance on the same CNBC episode with Microsoft founder Bill Gates. During the interview, he and colleague Berkshire Hathaway executive Charlie Munger lambasted Bitcoin as a scumball activity and a bad investment, rather of adopting the two anti-Bitcoin stances. The self-proclaimed Buffett disciple spoke of the digital asset's importance in the post-financial crisis world, saying something like Bitcoin is really important because it is not correlated to the rest of the market. Palihapitiya then went on to discuss the 2008 financial crisis, linking it to Bitcoin's significance as an asset class. Everything broke down, he said, and things we thought were hedges vanished. Palihapitiya began investing in Bitcoin in 2012, purchasing over $1 million worth on the advice of a friend, and is currently said to own approximately $15 million in cryptocurrency. Chamath believes it will top $1 billion. He also suggests that investors include Bitcoin in their portfolio. Pragmatic rhetoric is what will convince your mother and grandmother to have Bitcoin in their wallets. He says, implying the demand for cryptocurrencies will be higher if they are marketed as hedges or part of a portfolio rather than as a final investment. In an interview with CNBC, Palihapitiya noted that Bitcoin is soaring because more investors are learning the national politicians are untrustworthy and that they need to diversify their holdings. His appearance came just one day after the tumultuous throng of Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. In 2011, the millionaire co-founded Social Capital, which he later turned into a technology holding company 7 years later. He aspires for Social Capital to be like Berkshire Hathaway, which owns businesses and has billion-dollar investments in companies like Apple and Coca-Cola. Social Capital closed its doors to outside investors in mid-2018 and rebranded as a technology holding company. Between 2011 and 2019, Social Capital had an absolute gross return of 997%, more than 3 times the S&P 500's 325% return. Due to their investment in Slack, Social Capital made $1.7 billion in cash and cash equivalents in 2019. His main strategy for achieving his Buffett-like aspirations has been to buy businesses one by one. Hustle, a messaging service supported by Insight Ventures partner Google Ventures and Salesforce Ventures, has been purchased by the investor. Hustle is the third company acquired by Social Capital in the last 3 years. In 2018, Social Capital acquired a healthcare company with a database of humans' physiology data. Last year, the firm acquired a mental health startup that uses software to treat patients and keep track of their progress. Saildrum, which surveys the ocean floor to understand climate change, and Cover, which eliminates the middlemen for consumers and businesses buying insurance, are among Palihapitiya's portfolio firms. Palihapitiya isn't the first tech leader to try to replicate Buffett's success with Berkshire Hathaway. When Larry Page, Sergey Brin, and Eric Schmidt visited Warren Buffett more than a decade ago, they came up with the idea for Alphabet, the holding company that oversees Google, YouTube, Waymo, and other firms. Warren Buffett in the technology industry. SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son stated in 2017, referring to his Vision Fund, which has invested in companies like Uber, WeWork, and TikTok-owned ByteDance. Palihapitiya, like Buffett, has figured out how to have the no cost of funding, and countless cash can be discovered in, and whatever he touches counts on gold quickly. Because he's had previous success, Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway firm ensures that he never runs out of money for investments. He invests the capital raised through subsidiaries such as See's Candies, as well as the float created by the difference in claims and premiums from Geico and other insurance businesses, either in the industry or in public markets, to generate higher profits.
Someone is going to develop a very clever product that basically allows you to use Bitcoin effectively like a currency with all of the mechanisms that allow it then to be accounted for properly like a property, but is fundamentally then fungible like a currency. And I think that's quite straightforward now.
With this, we've come to the end. Do you think Chamath Palihapitiya actually becomes the next Warren Buffett? Do let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for more content just like this and share it with your friends. And also don't forget to smash that like button and also press the bell icon so you get notified about new videos. Until then, fellas,